Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to This Hour Has 115 Years, brought to you by the RJC Homecoming Broadcasting Company. My name is Alex Thiessen.
And I'm David Epp.
Tonight's newscast marks the first RJC event where viewers can enjoy non-Mennonite champagne, guilt-free, from the comfort of their own home.
We are pleased to present a feature programming celebrating the last 115 years of RJC. Our broadcast will feature reporters, correspondents, musical guests, and other contributor submissions. By showcasing the history, significance, and relevance of RJC, we hope that this evening's show will encourage viewers to give generously to the school.
This hour, this 60 minutes, we will hope to raise $50,000. Now, how are we going to get there, David?
It all comes down to our viewing audience. We encourage you to visit our website. Here, you will be able to make an online donation and give with the click of a button. We also have a silent auction featuring a range of incredible items. Bidding will close on October 26th at 7 o'clock p.m. Saskatchewan Central Standard Time. Bid quickly and bid often, and you can take home these one-of-a-kind items.
Our call center will also be open Monday to Friday, 9 to 4, to receive donations over the phone. And of course, if you still write checks, we'll always take those too.
In anticipation of tonight's program, we reached out to RJC alumni correspondents stationed around the world. Throughout the evening, we will meet them on location as they share greetings on behalf of RJC's global family.
Now, let's begin the show. Take it away, RJC alumni.
My name is Waldemar Donald Regier, formerly of Laird, now Rostron. The W stands for Waldemar, but my sister started to call me Donald, which was better than my nickname Donuts, by which name the students at school knew me. The German English Academy was started by Bishop Peter Regier, my grandfather, who was at the first meeting. You can read about it on page 22 of Frank Epps' book, Education with a Plus. Motives were to keep the German language, yet learn the English, but the clear main objective was to know the will of God and have a thorough knowledge of the Bible. I begged my parents to go to the German English Academy in 1938, when bread was scarce on the table. I graduated in 43 with 2 years at home in between. I enjoyed the years, but sports was the highlight of my life at the time. On page 90 of Roots and Wings, my report, shortened by the editors, had the opening words, "My 3 years at German English Academy were very rewarding, and I found God there." I was on the board when the new school was built. I was chairman of the alumni when we liquidated the 30,000 arena debt, with my class kicking in the first $1,000. Well, 5 children, with 4 at 3 years and 1 at 2 years, had remarkable success in their vocations for life, thanks to the school. To God be the glory, and may God continue to bless RJC.
Hi, I'm Jill Leffler. It used to be Friesen. I graduated in 97. I'm in Calgary, nursing, and I have 3 busy boys, and I'm married to Ron.
I'm Dara Friesen, and I graduated in 2007.
I'm Jaron Friesen, and I graduated in 2006.
And I'm Lauren Friesen, and I taught at RJC from 1989 until 2007.
And we live in
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Hi, I'm Marg Epp, a grad of 1980.
And I'm Catherine Epp, a grad of 2008.
We live in Cambridge Bay, Nunavut, home of the Mini Pebbles Golf Course, voted in Reader's Digest as one of the top 10 affordable, unique golf courses. Come on down and see us.
Hi, I'm Kieran Cooley, class of 95. I grew up in Rostern and probably at RJC, where a spirit of adventure and curiosity was fostered in outdoor ed, and with other the teachers and students there. I now live in Toronto and get a chance to explore all that Ontario has to offer.
Hi there, I'm Kelsey McLean, and I was a student teacher in the fall of 2011 at RJC, and today I bring you greetings from Prince Edward Island. Originally I'm from Swift Current, but now I find myself here, and this beautiful place is also called Abequit, which is the Mi'kmaq word for cradled on the waves, as you can see.
Hi, my name is Julianne Sillers. I graduated from RJC in 1986, where I moved out to Langley, British Columbia, and went to university at Columbia Bible College and also Trinity Western on a volleyball scholarship. I stayed in Langley, British Columbia, and got married in 1996. My husband and I started a building and land development company called Vesta Properties, and we currently do master plan communities both in British Columbia and Alberta, much like what you see here.
As an alumni of RJC, what I cherished the most and took away from my time there was the kindness shown to both myself and my family while we lived in Rosthern. My grade 12 year was fraught with some major family adversity, and the love and kindness of other RJC alumni extended not only to myself, but also to my mom and siblings will always be cherished. Special thanks to Elmer and Kathy Enns, Ed and Frida Enns family, and also Ken and Sharon Neufeld. Thanks so much for a job, investing in my university fees, and a belief in all of my family as we walk through some very trying times. The Petty family is doing well and thriving in BC. I want to encourage all of our alumni, wherever you are in the world, to look for opportunities to show love and small acts of kindness within the communities you live, whether it is your time, your financial resources, or using your talents and abilities to mentor the younger generations. That is our strength as RJC grads. Best of luck on your virtual fundraiser this evening.
Hi everyone, it's Michelle Swab. I graduated RJC in 2002. My hometown is Rosthern, Saskatchewan, but I currently live here in beautiful, foggy St. John's, Newfoundland. Congratulations RJC on 115 years.
Hi, I'm Sarah Bartel. I graduated from RJC in 2012, and now I live in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia.
I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and the green was easy and the rivers ran clear.
And we're back. The RJC Homecoming Broadcasting Company wanted to see what was going on in the lives of RJC graduates. To help us with this, reporters Kyle Roth and Shelley Lepp are live on site with 2 featured stories.
We're excited to hear from Sheldon Kruger in Aberdeen, Saskatchewan, as he animates the impact of an RJC experience. We'll also check in with Sandra Bolt in Toronto, whose time at school helped her hit the high notes in her career.
Over to you, Kyle.
Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, thanks, David. Thanks for having Sheldon and myself on. I thought I was getting interviewed today, but I guess Sheldon's life is a little bit more exciting than mine. Sheldon, when did you graduate, and tell me a little bit about RJC?
Well, I graduated in 1998. My mom and dad gave us kids the option to go to RJC.
Nice. Now, you were a very good ball player, a left-handed pitcher. When did you leave for ball with RJC and everything included?
Through RJC, I was able to continue playing baseball. I'm not in Rostern or at RJC. Just support of friends and deans when I lived at the school. They're allowing me to come and go.
Now, after Medicine Hat, I do believe you went to the States?
And I went down to California.
And what were you taking in school while you were out in California?
I was doing a graphic design degree.
Okay.
And playing baseball at the same time.
College career started going off. RJC kind of set you on the right path. Now, something that RJC has never had before is a animation alumni, and that is you.
To get 3 seconds of movie-ready animation for the audience would take about 40 hours, a 40-hour work week.
Okay, what movies did you all work on?
Ice Age 3, Rio, Happy Feet 2, Hotel Transylvania, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
So animated for 5 years, then made the tough decision to come back home, help mom and dad on the farm, and hopefully, I think, assuming taking over the farm somewhat.
Yeah. As far as animation still being in my life, in 2016, I was contacted by University of Saskatchewan graduates, and they extended an invitation to me to become a part of a startup technology company called Athlete Era. We've created some mobile learning apps that are directed at youth sport. It helps coaches teach their youth teams and organize them.
Like a practice plan type of thing?
Yeah, like a practice plan, and even just how to do drills and that sort of thing. And my part comes in on the animation side. Yeah, this app, it's being used by Football Canada, Football USA, British American Coaches Association. Yeah, we've got support of the riders. We've had several meetings with NFL teams.
Going back to kind of how this full circle things now, with sports being part, your kids growing up, being back close to Rostern, again, the connection of how RJC kind of opened all these doors for you.
Yeah, I think RJC definitely gave me a sense of courage. The people in the dorms became your family. Even for students that were not in the dorms, their families, they were still able to live at home, but their families became supportive. Yeah. And we were able to gather at their homes, and the parents were there. Yeah. It became family and supportive. I think going to RJC, the experience gave me a lot of courage to I guess once I was done there, move on. Looking back, I was more focused on my goals. It was baseball, and that was my goal, to play college baseball, and then I did that, and then I found animation, and I had to move around because of that. And I had goals to work on movies. It just gave me the courage to allow me to focus on my goals, not about where I had to go. Yep. I just went.
I know a lot of our teachers would probably disagree with us at the time about us maturing, but I do find that RJC matured a lot of us in a good way quicker. So that we, once we left RJC, we had our feet kind of in full motion and allowed for us to kind of, and you're a great example of how that, you just took off, and some of us took a little longer, but it worked out all right.
Yeah, no, definitely. You had no choice but to kind of grow up. Yeah, you had no choice, but it's just kind of what happened.
Yeah,
it takes over in the sense of community and support. You don't see it back then where all your support's coming from, but looking back, it's amazing.
Yeah, and today, like looking at all the connections,
it holds a special place for sure.
Hello, RJC. I'm Shelley Lepp, class of 99, reporting live from Toronto. And today I'm meeting up with Sandra to learn more about her RJC journey and where she has ended up as a result of that. So Sandra, you are class of 83. How did you end up at RJC?
Well, I always knew about it. I'm from the area. I'm from Osler. And so I went to Prospective Students Weekend and figured out that it was a great place for me to go. It had everything that I wanted to do was there.
Perfect. And what in particular? What did you want to do?
Oh, the music. I loved the music. I was already into classical music and I played the piano. So all the choirs and the musicals and the dinner theaters that we did was extremely appealing to me.
So where do you live now and what are you doing? Where did your RJC journey take you?
So I went to undergraduate degree in Wilfrid Laurier University in Waterloo. And then I went to study in the United States, in Boston and in New York at the Juilliard School. So RJC was very instrumental, if you will, in
I see what you did there.
helping me along on my journey. So I did a lot of studying before I ended up in Toronto, which is where I live now.
Okay, and you're teaching music?
Yes, I'm a professor and director of the opera programs at the Faculty of Music at University of Toronto. And I'm also the chorus master at the Canadian Opera Company.
Any other RJC memories you want to share? Any shout outs to classmates? Well, you've got...
I do. I want to say one of the highlights of my whole RJC time was my grade 11 year. And we did the musical, The Music Man. And we had such fun. It was an excellent cast. And I have to shout out to Duff Workentine, Chet Kruger, who was also a choir director, Vicky Dick, and Pat Cooley, who put together such a great show. And that was my first time playing a show, and the cast was awesome, and the show was awesome, and we had such a great time. That is really one of the highlights of my whole time at RJC. And there's a lot of them, but that really stands out.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And back to you guys in Rostern.
Thank you.
This just in from Hockey Night in Rostern Sports Desk. After a long break from the sidelines, Principal Ryan Wood is trying out for the Rostern Wheat Kings Hockey Club. After never playing hockey in grade school and being chaplain during a rec team in college and learning to tie his skates with his children, he believes now is his time. Oh, here he is. Let's check in. Ryan, are you okay?
Yeah, merely a flesh wound. I'm good.
Okay. So how are tryouts going, Ryan?
Oh, really good, really good.
Okay, are you sure you're good? There was some question about your fitness this season.
My fitness has never been better,
Okay. So what do you think your chances are of making the team? You know, there's some pretty strong guys out there this year.
Yeah, I just think if I head out there and give it the good old college try and bring my A game and give it an RJC 115%, I'm going to come out and top that old laundry pile.
Yeah, you know, and speaking of an old laundry pile, Ryan, you made some changes to your jersey there. Do you mind telling us what that's about?
Oh, this is my oxygen tank.
Okay, for COVID, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, no, for breathing between shifts.
Okay. All right, well, and seriously, Ryan, what are your chances of making the team?
Well, I know I don't have the best slap shot or wrist shot or snap shot, and I'm not really that good positionally, and I don't know the rules and I can't skate. But other than that, I think if I just dig in the corners and give it an RJC 150%, I have a pretty good chance.
Okay, Ryan, I did hear you say you can't skate. Explain that.
Well, not without a walker. But if I give it a www.rjc.sk.ca/donate, I think everything's going to be really good.
Okay.
And I just believe that if I imagine and thrive and explore, I can do anything.
You know, Ryan, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but let's just say in the off chance you don't make the team, do you have any backup plans? You know, rumor has it as you're thinking of quitting your day job for professional hockey.
Well, you know what they say, Alex. Don't count your chickens before you quit your day job.
I don't think they say that, Ryan.
Well, at RJC, the early bird gets to learn.
Okay. Well, let's get the record straight once and for all. What people really want to know is, are you finally ready to give up this fanciful dream of hockey and focus on a regular job?
Well, chasing fanciful dreams is my day job. And if this doesn't work out, I'm going to try out for Team Canada. And if you don't mind, I got to go get my fries and gravy up at the concession stand.
All right. Well, we'll keep you posted as the story develops. This is Alex Thiessen reporting for RGC Sports Center.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Jansen and I'm a member of the Rostern Junior College High School graduating class of 2019. I was born and raised in Rostern. I grew up around RJC. It was like at every aspect of my life. But right now I'm currently residing on campus at Canadian Mennonite University, where I am attending university with a bunch of other alumni. Unfortunately, we could not get them all together here to say hello to you all. They send their warm greetings. It's actually really fun. You can tell you can see them in the hallways because we're all still wearing our dress codes. So I send warm regards to you from them all, and I hope you have the great rest of your day.
Hey RJC, I'm Christy.
I'm Toby.
And we graduated in the year of
2016.
Hi, I'm Robin.
And I'm Graham.
And we graduated the year of
2017.
Hi, I'm Naomi.
And I'm Valen.
I'm Amy. And we graduated in the year of 2018.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I graduated in the year of 2019, and we all attend the University of Waterloo.
We miss you, RJC!
Hi everyone, my name is Kate Hansen, and I graduated from RJC in 2020, so just last year. Right now I'm not sure where to call home, but currently it's this sailboat right here. I'm sailing around the Aegean Sea in Greece right now on a Cape and Ray program, and yeah, I'm excited to see where I end up next.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin Friesen. I graduated from RJC in 2006, and I'm coming at you live from New York City on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. That's the Hudson River over there, on my fire escape, which is just a classic New York City moment. Not even a pandemic could keep me away from this amazing city. I'm so grateful to live here.
Hola, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, land of coyotes, roadrunners, and me. I'm Marina Peters Newell, graduated in 1980. Happy 115th birthday, RJC.
Hi, my name is Maybelle. I grew up on the Jansen farm in Rosemary, Alberta. I now live in Spokane, Washington, Town, USA. I graduated from RJC in 98, and I stole this from my brother a couple years later. I will always be a Trent Cooley basketball alum.
Hello, RJC.
Greetings from Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Bernie Weeb. I graduated from RJC in 1971.
And I'm Marie Regier-Weeb. I graduated in 1970.
We're retired from our careers and are focusing on being grandparents.
And I'm still loving him 51 years later.
Hi, I'm Amy Epp. I graduated from RJC in 1995. For the past 15 years, I've been living here with my family on the land of the Duwamish people and other Coast Salish peoples. In other words, I live in Seattle, and one of my favorite places to walk during quarantimes is this place in my neighborhood of Rainier Beach. This is the Chief South Trail, and both Chief South Trail and the city of Seattle got their name from the Duwamish chief.
Hello, my name is Elaine Enns. I grew up in Saskatoon and now live in Southern California on the traditional homeland of the Chumash. I graduated from RJC in 1985 and am particularly grateful to Vicky Dick, who taught me the importance and power of storytelling. In that vein, I just finished a book project that looks at communal narratives, discipleship, and decolonization, the seeds for which were planted in a 1985 drama production directed by Vicky. Thank you, RJC, and may you continue your good work into your second century.
This is George Dick in North Newton, Kansas, showing you our fine October morning in our backyard, and a little exhibit from our neighbors reminding us to be both human and kind.
A common question we often get is, what's the temperature like at RJC? To answer this question, we have David with a weather report. How are things looking, David?
The forecast at RJC looks sunny, thanks to robust programming, increased enrollment, and consistent giving.
That sounds great, but what about the long-term forecast?
Indicators point to continued sun, though we know it could always be warmer. Alex, we want it to be hot, hot, hot.
Okay, so what does this mean for our viewers?
We encourage you at home to be sun smart by taking the following steps. Promote RJC within your own circles, encourage students to attend, and to give generously. Even in the heat, this will keep all of us from getting burned.
Thanks for the update, David. Yes, RJC is supported by generous donors from around the world. Donations for tonight's program will go towards general operations. To get a better understanding of where these general dollars are going, David and I took a bit of a tour around the school.
Teenagers can be messy. Dishes don't always get done, and trash doesn't always make it into the bin. Last year, RJC spent $50,000 to keep our buildings clean. Your donations help ensure that our facilities are well maintained and inviting.
Athletics are essential to creating a well-balanced life on campus. There's nothing quite like smelly teenagers right after a busy gym class. Last year, RJC spent $50,000 on athletics and other school programs. Your donations help sustain these kinds of programs for our students. Toast and grilled cheese are staples in a young person's diet. Last year, RJC spent approximately $80,000 on food and other supplies. Your donations help keep our students nourished and well-fed.
RJC students travel thousands of kilometers to experience hands-on learning across Canada. In a typical year, RJC spends $35,000 on transportation and vehicle costs. Your donations help ensure that our portable campus stretches from BC to Ontario. If you would like to make a donation to RJC's General Operations Fund, follow the link on the screen. By visiting our website, you can contribute a gift online and bid in our virtual auction. As a reminder, bids will close on October 26th at 7:00 p.m. Saskatchewan Central Standard Time. Thank you for your generosity and support of the school.
Now, let's go back into the field. First, we have Kristen Nelson, who will interview Eileen Clausen-Ham. Eileen is the Executive Director of MCC Saskatchewan and will reflect on how RJC served to prepare her for her current position. We will then jump to Alberta, where Chris Epp will harvest Blaine Andre's memories from his time at RJC.
My name's Kristen Nelson. I was part of the RJC graduating class of 2009, and I'm here in the MCC Saskatchewan office building with Eileen Clausen-Ham, who was part of the graduating class at RJC of 1983, and who is the executive director here at MCC Saskatchewan. Eileen, I'm so excited to be here talking to you about RJC because that place and that community is so near and dear to me and played such a transformative role in my life, and I love hearing about what role it played in other people's lives. So my first question for you is, why did you attend RJC?
It's family tradition to attend RJC. It was for me. My mom had gone to RJC and lots of my aunts and uncles had gone. And RJC represented a broadening of my experience, both academically and in terms of community connections and experiences in sports and all those kinds of things.
That's so interesting that you say that, because I went to RJC after having attended a high school that had twice the population of the whole town of Rostern, and yet I had the same experience where this giant high school couldn't offer me as much as RJC because it just put more into every aspect of it. What were some of your favorite memories or some of your most, some of your most impactful experiences during your time there?
It's about the community. I mean, in the end, it's about the community, right? Almost everything about RJC is ends up being about that special space that gets created there year after year. And so what do we name from that? I think one of the things for me was sports. I loved playing sports at RJC. It was a lovely experience to be part of these teams. Just being part of those experiences, those team events, and the trips and the fun around that. But there's a serious side to this that I want to bring in here. And that is, we played soccer against St. Michael's School at Duck Lake.
Okay.
And we didn't know that St. Michael's School was an Indian residential school. They were just students we were playing sports against. Mm-hmm. One of the things that's really special to me now is to recognize that RJC tells this story now. We didn't know this story in the early 80s, but this is now part of the story that RJC tells and participates in the TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Calls to Action. And like St. Michael's School closed only in 1996. It was one of the last two residential schools in Canada to close. To me, it's so important to know that RJC is part of the retelling of this history, because this wasn't the history that I learned. We didn't know this story yet in the early 80s when we were in high school. And it's so important to me that RJC is part of that, on that journey of reconciliation and telling that story differently. Another thing I would name about, what was RJC like, or what do I carry with me, is these relationships with people. So friends, peers of my time, But also I would name staff and teachers who became good friends.
The staff, they take their jobs as educators and as mentors so seriously, and that was for sure one of my favorite things too, and one of the most valuable things about RJC was just that time and that care that they spent on each student. That's how I experienced it, at least.
Having accumulated this network of connections over all these years in these different circles, MCC here in Saskatchewan has some lovely partnerships with RJC on an annual basis, and it's just wonderful to see the curriculum at RJC continue to develop over the years and to continue to be so global and so service-minded and community-minded, and inviting students year after year to be part of large questions and large conversations.
Every year at these alumni events, you always see a big batch of vegetables that say Red Hat Co-op on them. Those come from Blaine Andres, class of 1990. First of all, that's a huge thing every year. I know people are always bidding on that. How'd you get into that business? Fresh food's a pretty good gig these days.
It is a pretty good gig, yeah. It's the funny thing is, it was actually a classified ad that I answered way back in 1995, I guess, or 2000 I started. So just over 20 years ago, literally just out of university and looking for, they kind of narrowed it down to agriculture. And this is a greenhouse grown vegetable co-op that I'd never heard of. Had played hockey in Redcliffe in tournaments, didn't even know there were greenhouses there, and went and applied and started a couple of months later.
Did you study agriculture in university then?
No, I had a management degree, just a general management degree, and just had an interest in agriculture, I guess. And everybody would ask, what you want to do, and I never really knew. My dad was in business, so I kind of thought, well, maybe something in business. And my first degree at university was actually in anthropology, so that played well into vegetables, I guess. So.
Well, now you know the backstory and the history of each,
That's right.
Each piece of broccoli you see.
That's right.
How did you get to RJC? Because I know you only went for 1 year, right? You were one of the. Did you go for grade 11 and 12?
Nope, 11 and 12.
11 and 12.
Yeah.
What brought you there? Because you're from Southern Alberta.
Yeah. So I grew up in Coldell. My parents had presented it as an option to me, and I confirmed with my mom last night that it was August long weekend that I came home from work and said, I think I want to go to RJC. Wow. And 3 weeks later, school started. So kind of a last minute decision.
What was
I
the
guess.
draw for you?
I've been thinking about that. I don't know. I think there was just something in me that said maybe something different would be good, and it was. Everybody was so open, right? Like you got there, and I think the other thing that struck me when I started thinking about this was on our way to Rostern for opening day. I think it was around Rosetown or Kindersley. I kind of open up the RJC handbook and I start flipping through it, and I look at the schedule, and it's like very, 8 o'clock is breakfast. School is this time. You had night lunch and study hours.
Navies? What is this?
And I was like, like dress code. I was like, what am I getting myself into? It's like, it's too late to turn back. But just everybody, a good mix of people. People who had long family roots at RJC through the church and through their families, extended families. And then people who, kind of ended there because maybe that was the last option for them for school. And just a really good mix, and just everybody being open.
So over 2 years then, what stuck with you? Like now when you think back to being at RJC, it's been, not to age you here, but 30 years since you graduated. What are the sort of the handful of things that stick out when you think about that experience there?
I think it's just even at church, even at other events, when you see somebody else from RJC, I think it's that shared experience that you have.
Do you tie that, thinking about your RJC experience, any connections there, anything you learned at RJC that plays into your role in your career now?
Yeah, I think that sort of that sense of community and that group, we're in this together thing, and especially since, March and COVID, we've been really fortunate in our facility that we were deemed an essential service, and so we didn't have any interruptions in staffing. Any of the cases that we had there were very minimal and were controlled. So yeah, it's sort of, it's been interesting. And even in 10 years ago, I want to say, we started bringing in foreign labor. And we were concerned about how the local staff, a lot of whom who had been there for a long time, would accept I just happened to be from Thailand, where the foreign workers came from. And within the first 2 weeks, they were having potlucks. The staff initiated potlucks, trying to get to know each other and things like that. So, yeah, it's been good to see. And just the whole industry as itself it's pretty small. And so when we get together at conventions and stuff, we all know each other. It's sort of the same family feel almost.
Yeah, it sounds like that. It's like being at a RJC reunion.
It is.
Like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it also, the whole thing screams, in a sense, screams Southern Alberta Mennonite, even though that's not how you got into it. But it's like producing food, producing crops, having potlucks out in the field, and sharing food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you bring the food to the fundraisers every year.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, I even just from our own experience at MCC sales and things like that, sometimes people don't want to take stuff home to sit on a shelf or put in the basement or whatever. So they want to donate money and maybe bring something, but a consumable is a good thing. And if it's a locally grown consumable, even better. So, and we're lucky to be in that kind of an industry too.
Nice way to stay connected to RJC too.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Maya, class of 2002 from Hamburg, Germany.
And I'm Holly Brown, class of 2004 from Albertville, Saskatchewan. We're wishing RJC a happy 115th anniversary from Stockholm.
Hi, greetings from Germany. I'm Art Jansen and I graduated from RJC in 1960. I returned to be the music teacher there in 1965 to 67. I was a pretty good singer at that time, and so I decided to go to Germany to study voice. And the way it happened, I stayed in Germany and became quite a well-known concert singer over here, as well as a teacher. I taught in Detmold for about 20 years, and then I became a professorship in Cologne. I stayed in Cologne until my retirement, and now I'm a retired voice prof, doing master classes every now and then, and have a few private students as well who come to my home. All the best to everybody, take care, and bleibt gesund.
Hi, I'm Carl Cohen. I grew up in a small farm in Eigenheim, close to Rostern. I graduated from RJC in 1969, and shortly thereafter, in 1971, I moved to the Netherlands, where I still live, a small town of Hagen. I still have great memories of RJC, and they were especially revived last year at our 50th grad reunion. Had a great time.
Hello to all RJC students, family and friends. My name is Miko. I studied in RJC in 1992. I'm now living in Hong Kong. This harbour is called Victoria Harbour. I'm now really happy to be part of this fundraising video making. I wish you all the best and the great succeed in this fundraising. Bye.
Hi everybody, this is Nick Lee from class of 2006. I'm from Hong Kong, China, and I arrived at RJC at the age of 15. Having always lived in a big city myself, moving to Rostern was a challenging thing for me. It's tough being a young Chinese kid living in a foreign country to adapt to a completely new environment and at the same time try to excel academically. So I'm very thankful for all the staff at RJC that I was able to push through and complete my high school education. And I also wanted to do a quick shout out to everybody who took their time to participate in this fundraiser. Without RJC, I would have never made it this far. So God bless you all and thank you very much.
Our alumni profiles have highlighted many decades of RJC's history. It is clear that the school has had a lasting impact on those who've attended. RJC remains a dynamic place for students from around the world. We continue to change and adapt in our efforts to provide a transformative educational experience. This means that some things may look different than they did. Here is a feature segment that offers a glimpse into what life looks like at RJC today.
RJC is a grade 10, 11, and 12 high school in Rostern, Saskatchewan, and our mission is to prepare students for lives of faith, service, and peacemaking. We focus on teaching the whole student and provide many opportunities for growth, all within a safe and supportive school community.
Imagine is a peace-building program that incorporates the perspectives from many different subject areas, especially English, Spanish, history, and Christian ethics, and utilizes the resources of our communities and church to better understand the world and to practice these skills that lie at the heart of RJC's mission.
Grade 11 is different. We are doing our Thrive program where we focus on building relationships with each other, with ourselves, with God, and with nature. We have a really cool program that allows us to leave the classroom. We do a lot of experiential learning where we try to go beyond the confines of my classroom at the school and to get out there and really learn what goes on in our world.
The Grade 12 Explore program seeks to equip students to be leaders in the communities they find themselves in throughout their lives. We do this by identifying and exploring our strengths, gifts, and values, examining models of leadership, both current and historical, and considering future educational and career opportunities through the lens of conscientious global citizenship. At RJC, the teachers are also the students' coaches, directors, tour guides, guidance counselors, and cheerleaders. Because we interact with each other in a variety of different activities, I think it leads to a really close collaborative relationship between students and teachers.
So RJC has really prepared me for my university classes. I was talking to one of my professors and she asked me what high school I attended and I said RJC, and she said that I was very lucky to go there because all the students that she had from RJC had done very well.
All the staff here, they're a lot more personally involved. You know, they'll help me with university applications or my homework on a more personal level and try and connect more.
Before coming here, honest opinion, I thought that I'd just be stuck in my room. I wouldn't even go out. I would have no friends, nothing. Boring life, shower, room, eat, room. Total opposite. I'm barely in my room.
It's a little bit daunting at first, but once you see how tight-knit the community is and how you can just fit right in, then it's pretty comforting.
Everyone's so nice, and even if you have like a rough day, you know that like you have this big support system who's all rooting for you and who wants you to do good.
So at Rostron Junior College, we have a number of athletic opportunities to get involved in. We have a full slate of teams to be a part of. We've had a lot of our alumni involved in some serious athletics. We have had former students involved in university volleyball, university track and field, university football. So we have a number of opportunities for students to succeed in those activities that they choose.
The music program at Rostron Junior College is quite a comprehensive program. There are 4 choirs that generally run consistently every year. We have a band class, so instrumentalists can come and explore and learn in band. We have a theater arts program. Also at the end of every year, we would typically also do a full Broadway musical. For students who wish to have a greater experience, yet more in-depth in music lessons, we make space available for some local private teachers to come in and teach in voice and theory and piano and guitar.
The Alternative Learning and Service Opportunities Program, or ALSO, is one of the cornerstone programs at RJC. This program is closely linked to our Christian ethics classes, which every student in grade 10, 11, and 12 take. And the goal is to take the theory, the lessons, and the stories that we hear about here in chapel or in the classroom and practice those as active lessons out in the community.
If you want to get involved, grow as a person, explore your faith, meet new friends, travel, learn, and make a difference in your world, come and join us at RJC.
Hi, I'm Wendell from RJC. I'm in grade 11, and we thank you as students for always supporting RJC.
Hi, my name is Cadence. I am a first year in my grade 12 year here at RJC. I really love the sense of community here and just how we're all really close. Thank you to those who donate and make it possible for us to come here.
Hi, I'm Arla. I'm in grade 11, and what I really like about RJC is the teachers as well as the classes.
Hi, my name is Micah Gunther and I'm in grade 12. One of the things I like about RJC are the dorms. I feel like it gives people a chance to get to know one another better.
Hi, I'm Evan. I'm first year here at RJC and thank you for donating.
Hi, I'm JC. I'm a grade 11 student and I just wanted to give out a big thank you to everyone for supporting us as students.
Hi, I'm Olivia and I'm a first year student at RJC. My mom actually graduated here in '92. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported us.
Thank you for joining us for This Hour Has 115 Years. Before signing off, there's a few folks we'd like to thank for their help in making this program possible.
Thank you to our corporate sponsors. In particular, we appreciate the generosity of our gold sponsors. The Town of Rostern, Impression Salon, Diane Retzlaff, Mortgage Associate, TMG, the Mortgage Group, Mercantile Developments Incorporated, Lakeshore Garden Center, Lakeview Insurance Brokers, and Fenestration Components International Incorporated.
And thanks to our reporters and our correspondents and guest interviews. Thanks as well to the alumni and supporters who submitted videos for both the greetings and the virtual choir.
Thank you to the RJC board for behind-the-scenes work with coordinating and organizing this event.
Thank you to Richard Jansen and Zach Schellenberg for their help with video editing and technical support.
And thank you for your generous and prayerful support of the school.
We'll close the evening with one last musical guest, the RJC Singers. Thank you for joining us for This Hour Has 115 Years. Have a great night.